Hello everybody, this is What the Chuck 3 in my first ever Let's Play, Pokemon Diamond. Now what I'm going to be doing for this is I read something really interesting on the internet that I thought was really cool. I'm going to be doing an end run, and for those of you who don't know what an end run is basically it's kind of like a Nuzlocke run, except instead of catching the first Pokemon in each route and each Pokemon dying, you can only catch new Pokemon and use new Pokemon in your party. And every gym lab battle, you've got to either release or box your old Pokemon and catch a whole team of new ones. So, yeah, we're going to be going for that. And after the 5th gym, one rule is you're allowed to keep a Pokemon to go through, just like his Kling Klang. So we're going to be in, and I would normally do this in my black to go with the whole in theme, but unfortunately I'm doing a Nuzlocke in my black, and I really like how it's going. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this up. Now, I'm an avid Pokemon fan. I've been playing since Red and Blue back in the day, man. That was where it was. Again, this is my first Let's Play, so please, I know the camera quality is not perfect, but, you know, it's what I have. And I really didn't want to use an emulator, just because I don't like the little screen on it. Now, I know this part is very fuzzy on your screen. I couldn't get it to work right. But it says, "Hello there, it's very nice to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Rowan. However, people just call me the Pokemon Professor. Before I go any further, is this your first adventure? If you need any advice, I'm certainly capable of giving it. And of course, this is not my first adventure. So we're going with no. This world is inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. Here I have a Pokeball. Touch the button on the middle of the Pokeball, if you please. And for those of you who don't know, you have to touch the button on the bottom of the screen. Going all DS, Newfi technology. And of course, I'm playing this on a 3DS, so a little dated now. We humans live alongside Pokemon as friends. At times we play together, and at other times we work together. Some people use their Pokemon to battle and develop closer bonds with them. What do? I conduct research that so we will learn more about Pokemon. Now, why don't you tell me a bit about yourself? Are you a boy or a girl? We're going with a boy, because we are. Alright, so you're a boy. Tell me, what is your name? Okay, my name is Chuck. C-H-U-C-K. Your name is Chuck? Okay, so you're Chuck. A fine name, that is. Thank you. Now this boy here, I believe he's your friend. What might his name be? Let's go with... This is a best friend of mine that also plays Pokemon a lot, so we kind of always name our rivals after each other, I know. Chad, is it? That's your friend's name? Alright, Chuck, the time has come. Your very own tale of grand adventure is about to unfold. On your journey, you will meet countless Pokemon and people. I'm sure that along the way, you'll discover many things, perhaps even something about yourself. Now go, leap into the world of Pokemon. And here's the classic Pokemon shrink scene. Uh-oh, what's going on? Despite the exploration team's best efforts, however, the rare, oddly colored Pokemon eluded detection. The rumored red Gyarados failed to appear, even fleetingly, to the crestfallen team. In case you know, that's a reference to, well, what at this time is still Gold and Silver, but it's kind of hinting at a release of Heart Gold and Soul Silver that would come later. That concludes our special report, Search for the Red Gyarados, brought to you by Jubilife TV on Nationwide Net. See you next week, same time, same channel. Well, this is my room. Chuck, turn on the PC. Oh, you know, in a lot of the older games, you know, there'd be an, back when you could store items in your PC, which they took out this generation, you could, your PC would always have a potion in it, back in the olden days. Ah, back in my youth. What's Mom gonna say? Chuck! Chad came calling for you a little while ago. I don't know what it was about, but he said it was an emergency. Oh, well, I guess I better go check it out. Good thing we live so damn near close to each other. Oh, yes, Chuck. Don't go into tall grass. Wild Pokemon might attack you. It would be okay if you had your own Pokemon, but you don't, so... Oh, that was kind of a bitch move. It's like something Gary would say back in the old days. Thud. What was that about? Oh, hey, Chuck. Hey, I'm going to the lake. You too? And be quick about it. Oh, that wasn't a question. That was an order. Oh, okay. I'm finding you a million Poke if you're late. Oh, geez, forgot something. This dude is the most annoying rival. I'm sorry, like, a lot of people dislike Blue for being, you know, cocky, and he was. I mean, he was a huge asshole, but there's just something about Barry that rubs me the wrong way. I'd better take my bag and journal, too. Oh, hey, Chuck. We're going to the lake. I'll be waiting on the road. It's a 10 million fine if you're late. See, like, it's far worse than smelling. I would rather have someone tell me to smell me later than say they're gonna fine me money. Like, what is he, like, pre-business? I don't understand what's going on here. Anyway, so we're going to ignore our mom's pleads to not go into tall grass, and we're going to do exactly the opposite of that. Hey, you saw that news report on TV, right? You know, search for the red Gyarados, the mysterious appearance of the fierce Pokemon in the lake? That show got me thinking. I'll bet our local lake has Pokemon like that, too. So, he follows you. I'm not mistaken, that's not the first in the series of somebody following you like this. It might be. I just couldn't think of it. Alright, we're gonna find us a red Gyarados. What's going on? And there's the prof. Professor, isn't there anything out in the ordinary... That's all, folks. Sorry. I may have been mistaken. Something appears to be different than it was before, but... Fine, it's enough that we have seen the lake. Dawn, we're leaving. Don't know why he's so up about a lake changing. I mean, it's a lake. It's never going to be the same twice. You're going to see trash floating one day, like a dead body the next. So, I don't understand. Professor, are you enjoying being back in Sinnoh? After being away for 4 years, it must be exciting again. There's one thing I can say. There are many rare kinds of Pokemon in Sinnoh. The region should serve us very well in regards of our studies. Excuse me, let us pass, please. Yeah, but, you know, 4th Gen's not my favorite, but I feel like I haven't played it enough. I feel like 5th Gen's been out, you know, far less than 4th Gen, but, oh, here we go, some Starlies. But even so, I feel like I've played 5th Gen more than I played 1st Gen. Or 1st Gen, no, God, no, I've played that a ton. 4th Gen. Let's see, who do we want? I just used a Chimchar last run. I go with Piplup. Piplup was my original starter back when I picked Diamond, so I haven't used him since. We're gonna use him now. Here we go, our first wild Pokemon battle. Go Piplup! Pound the fuck out of him. And he's down. You know, I think the last time I played 4th Gen was in Platinum, and the interface for that was very different. It had like the black health bar, and the experience bar even didn't have the little ticks in it. That would be something I noticed. Your Piplup totally rocked. My Turtwig was tougher than yours. There were other people's Pokemon though, but we used them. But we had to use them. They won't mind, will they? Uh-oh. Wah, wah, wah. No. No, we did not. Well, damn. There goes all that. Well, it's nice of them to automatically lead me out of here. Hey, it's those people. Is that old guy staring at us? I heard from Dawn that you used our Pokemon. Let me see them, please. People up in Turtwig. I see. That's how it is. Dawn, I'm going back to my lab. Wow. Okay. Yes, Professor, wait for me! I think you should visit our lab later. Okay, see you. What was all that craziness about? I mean, if he was angry, he could have just yelled at us or whatever. And didn't he want their Pokemon back? Was that good grammar? Didn't he want their? Well, I guess he's referring to his and Dawn's. We should go home, too. That was some pointless walking I did. I like this. I like the mom cooking for you. That's kind of cool. She has kind of a more expanded role than most of the other mothers, because unlike in other ones where it was like implied your dad was a trainer, like in third generation, she was actually supposedly big time coordinator. So she's the Pokemon expert in the family. What's up, dear? Wow, I can't believe that happened to you. Am I ever glad that you and Chad are okay? The professor you mentioned is most likely Professor Rowan of Sengam Town. I've heard that he is well known for his studies on Pokemon. I hear he's also quite intimidating. Chuck, I think you need to visit him in Sangam Town. You need to properly explain why you had no choice but to use that Pokemon. Don't worry, I'm sure he'll understand. Yeah, that we used his Pokemon to kill a couple of wild birds. Oh, I know. Chuck put these on. Chuck received a pair of running shoes. Awesome. Going to Sangam Town is like an adventure in itself, right? What if life was really like that? Like, it would be an adventure just to go to the town next door. I guess it kind of was back in like the olden days. With those running shoes, you can get to faraway places much faster. Oh, fuck. No, I don't want to know the instructions. Press the B button. Got it. And just while I'm thinking about it, let me go ahead and fix some of my options here. Make that fast. Let's change the frame here. Nice red. We're going to go ahead and save. And I hate that. I think I implemented the saving a lot of data. What, if any, I actually want, if someone knows what the difference is between saving a lot of data and saving regular, like what causes, what is considered in a playthrough to be more data. If anybody knows that, I would love to. If somebody that knows the more technical side of these things. So let me know if that's the case. This was also the first generation to allow you running inside. Oh yeah, he's already left. Which was very appreciated, if you ask me. I'm sorry my camera takes so long to focus. It didn't in initial tests, so I don't know why it's changed it up here. And we get our first, well, okay, I said that already, our second wild Pokemon battle, but our first random encounter. And of course, it's Bidoof. So since we can't catch a Pokemon yet, we're not going to catch Bidoof. Now, I'm going to go ahead and set a couple numbers here. I'm going to say by the first gym, we have a total of 3 Pokemon, and then increase our party by 1 for each gym. So our party is going to be 4 for the second gym, 5 for the third, and then 6 there on out. But for now, we're just going to go with 3 for the first gym. And I'm not going to be selective on those Pokemon either. My intention is for them to be the first 3 or whatever in the order I see them on the route, as long as they're not repeats. And if we're on like a route where there's a couple repeats, I may revisit a previous route. I just don't want repeats like that. That's dumb to me. Some of you may prefer that. Okay, let's see. This is our Pokemon Research Lab. Let's go. What the? Oh, it's you, Chuck. Thanks, buddy. That old guy, he's not so scary as much as he's totally out there. Yeah, that's a good description. Oh, it doesn't matter, Chuck. I'm out of here. See you later. Wow, what was that? Your friend sure seems to be really impatient. Well, anyway, let's go inside. Finally you've come. Chuck, was it? Let me see your Pokemon again. Ah, I see. This Pokemon seems to be rather happy. Alright then. I'll give you that Piplup I'll give that Piplup to you as a gift. Now that it's yours, would you like to give it a nickname? I thought she was saying Professor at first. We will name him... Yeah, it's him. Bubbles. Okay, I see. And you're happy with that nickname? Your friend Chad told me what happened at the lake. I heard you battled very well, despite it being your first time. And from what I can see, there is a growing bond between you and that Pokemon, though it is still young. That's why I would like to entrust you with Piplup. I'm so glad that you're kind towards Pokemon. If you weren't, I'd have to... Oh, I just can't say it. That's a little bit corny, I gotta admit. Let's move on to the main topic. There is something I want you to do for me. My name is Rowan, and I study Pokemon, if you hadn't caught on to that the first 5 minutes we played the game. First of all, I want to know exactly what kinds of Pokemon live in the Sinnoh region. To do so, it is necessary to collect data using the Pokédex. This is what I wish to ask of you. I want to entrust you with this Pokédex. Will you use it to record data on all the Pokemon in Sinnoh for me? You know what's good about this is I'm glad they implemented you only have to see all the Pokemon to technically complete this dex. You don't have to catch them all. Gotta catch them all until you get the national dex. Chuck obtained the Pokedex. That Pokedex is a very high-tech encyclopedia. It will automatically record data on every kind of Pokemon you encounter. Chuck, I ask that you go everywhere and meet every kind of Pokemon in the Sinnoh region. I've got one too. When you walked up Route 201 with your Pokemon, what did you feel? I've lived for 60... Why do I keep thinking she... It's back to Rowan, sorry. I've lived for 60 long years. Even now I get a thrill when I'm with Pokemon. Now you should know that there are countless Pokemon in this world. That means there are just as many thrills waiting for you. Now go. Chuck, your grand adventure begins now. The Pokemon that I used for the first time was a Chimchar. If you would have chosen Chimchar at the lake, we'd have the same Pokemon now. Obviously, she picks... That's impossible because she always picks the third one. Not that it matters, but anyways, I'm Dawn. I also help the professor and add pages to the Pokédex, so in a sense, I'm just like you, with a vagina. I just got a little head start on you, that's all. I'll be happy to teach you things. Glad to meet you, Chuck. I don't think my options saved. They did not. That's what I get for not paying attention. There we go, I confirmed it this time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, since we're already at 20 minutes, wow, and I haven't really done anything, I'm going to save and we're going to cut the video there. Next time on Let's Play Pokemon Diamond End Run, we will be catching our first Pokemon and heading north towards the Jubilife City. Yeah, Jubilife. Thanks again, guys, and I apologize for the rookie inconvenience.